Hey everyone, Andang here for some more Lord of the Rings Online! Yes, it's once again that time to be making our way back into Middle-earth. I'm so excited, guys. Finally, making our way to another LOTRO stream. It's been a hot minute, but hey, here we go. Let's see, when we last left off, we were getting ready to talk to Masil and learn what he has
this secret
to say
onlooker?
now. Her name is Tukka, and she is matriarch of the Holbudan. Her folk are known for their skill at art of stealth, and in this case, she has seen something of great interest to us and to the Alliance. Find her here in Dingarth and hear her story complete. She told me but a portion, and I tell you it was enough for me to know we need to hear it all. And so it begins. Exactly. Yeah, we're getting ready to get into the meat and potatoes of this storyline. As Mohawk dwarves jump and twist around. Oh my, only in LOTRO sometimes. Oh, looks like they're in the opposite direction. Here we go. That's you? Awesome. Awesome, Mistweaver. Welcome, welcome, Lady Galadriel as well. Alright, let's talk to this. What looks like if LOTRO was to have you believe any face paint means a Beorning, this is a Hobbit Beorning. Anyway, let's talk.
I will tell you what I told them, and may the information be of use to you.
Your friend to the son of Isildur? I will tell you what I told them, and may the information be of some use to you. My people are often underestimated by the big folk, and for that reason we can go where they might not, and remain below the notice of unobservant eyes. It is a useful skill, and one we have put to use in the fight against Sauron and his armies. Let no one say the Holbudan have not lived up to their word, or carried their share of the war's burden. I was walking in the night air, looking forward to the comfort of sleep, when I heard the voice of a man of Gondor. His words were low and indistinct. It took me some time to find the speaker. He was sketched out upon his bedroll, like many other soldiers sleeping nearby. But unlike these others, he muttered in his sleep. He sat up, all of a sudden, giving me quite a fright, and I greeted him, but he saw me not. Judging from his speech, he thought he heard a woman's voice he recognized. That of a sweetheart from home, seemingly. He walked out of the camp, stepping over the bodies of his sleeping fellows. By now, my curiosity was well and truly wakened, and I followed him at a safe distance. Outside the camp, far from the guards or the light of torches, he was attacked and subdued by a pair of Moradrim. They were well armed and dangerous-looking knives. I dare not risk making myself known, so I could not rescue him. But I did follow them for a time. They got too near to Amonfun, and I had to give up the pursuit. But I knew I needed to tell someone what I saw. These Moradrim used some trickery to lure him from the safety of the camp. Who can say what evils awaited him within Amonfun? That is all I know, but Amonfun is well defended, and even the sons of Isildur should be aware of that place.
Tukka's words make it clear.
The missing soldiers are not cowardly deserters. Nay, they were ensorcelled by the cultist of Sauron, we call the Moradrim, and brought to Amonfun, the Gloom Hill, for some fell purpose. They may still be alive. My father is in council, and there is no one else to attempt to rescue. You must help me and my brothers save these missing men. Onahir pauses, his expression conflicted. I must tell you something, friend, and I beg you to keep it in confidence. It is this. We should not ask my foster brother Tarandil to accompany us on this errand. Like my older brother Melidran and my cousin Melindil, Tarandil was born in Numenor, where he was given the birth name Adunzagar. His father, his real father, mind you, was a cruel man named Urzagar, the Sword of the Sun. He was a captain general of the fleet, and he worshipped at Sauron's altar. He wished his son, Aglarham, to follow him on his evil path. But his wife wanted only happiness for her son. Abrazani, she was called, and she was a friend in childhood to Isildur and Anarion. She pleaded for them to take her son with them on the ships, and to escape that doom. But Abrazani was betrayed by the servants of Urizagar, and when the great waves sank Numenor beneath the sea, Abrazani perished. But in this at least, let the wife of cruel Aguzarara find happiness. For her son, Adrunzagar, escaped on the ships to Middle-earth, and when they arrived safely on these shores, my father took him in his ward. To protect the boy, he turned off an alarm that should never have been set during a stream. From the suspicions of good folk and Sauron's servants alike, he set aside Adrunzagar's birth name. Henceforth he was called Tarandil, foster son to the king, and for all my life I knew him as an older brother. He has my love, and always will. I don't know about you guys, but I find it really interesting that apparently all you need to do to hide in Middle-earth is change your name. Sauron does it a bunch of times, a bunch of different Gondorians do it, Gandalf even does it. All you need to hide in Middle-earth is just a name change. Like, Gondor has like the ultimate, witness protection program, I guess you could say. Only in this case, it's like the, Line of Kings protection program, I guess you could say. Yeah, name change is definitely overpowered. Yeah, they need to rebalance name changes in LOTRO, for sure. For sure. Yeah, exactly. My name isn't Thingol, it's Gormson. Of course. Of course. Exactly, real Gormson. Oh my goodness. Kyrian, welcome, welcome. Nice to have you here. Ornahar looks away, sorrow etched upon his face. He drags his booted toe in the dirt. Oh, I guess I didn't even finish the previous paragraph. He has my love, and always will. Boot in the dirt. When he faces you again, his expression has hardened. He is my brother in all things, friend, save blood. It is not Isildur's blood that runs through his veins, but that of Urizagar. His father worshipped at the altar of Sauron. What if that weakness lies still within Tarandil even today? These Moradrim are cultists of Sauron, and I fear my foster brother might succumb to these worships and their temptations, where the rest of us would not. Keep this in confidence. and tell Tarandil none of this, but return to Veymasil with Tuka's wisdom, and my own. We must rescue these soldiers of Gondor, but if the Moradrim are involved, we should not involve my foster brother in this adventure. Why is it that people in Lord of the Rings are so obsessed with what family you came from? Well, I think it's a medieval idea, right? Like, I mean, look at the Bible, for example, and the lineage is there. Like, I'm pretty sure just about every culture in the world was obsessed with what family you came from, who your father was, all that stuff, because it, back in legal law used to be written in such a way that if your father did something wrong, you might have to pay for his crime. And so let's say like your father died in jail. Well, guess what? You get to go and serve the rest of his term. Or even worse, they just put both of you in jail. Because if your father did something wrong, you're probably going to do something wrong too. Yeah, no kidding. Horrible for sons and daughters. Like, it's bad enough what happens when, like, a father in the US is incriminated and their, children have to deal with not having a father and having that be in jail and having him be away. That's bad enough. But imagine having to go and serve a prison sentence because of something your dad did. Yeah, Japan and China are really big on families, even still today. Yep.
You see, it is as I thought all along.
Hey, Ponton, welcome. Soldiers of Gondor have been ensorcelled by the Moradrim, and it is up to us to save them if we can. You and I will do this. With Onaher at our side, we will leave Tarandil behind. There is no need to wake him. Not so near to his birthday. What is that? Tuka thinks it would be foolhardy for us to brave Amonfun. Well, I thank her for her stealth, but her wisdom she can keep. You need not fear to go with us. Onaher and I are a Sildor's bloodline, friend, and we will protect you. Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
Make your preparations, and tell me when you are ready to depart.
Outside of Barad-dûr, the Gloom Hill of Amonfun is one of the last places still held by Sauron. We must not fear it, but we should be prepared for anything.
You are ready? Then let us be off, and quietly.
We can be as loud as we like when we return victorious. But first, we must depart But for departure, silence is our ally, yes indeed.
All is quiet, and our victory will soon be at hand. And to think you doubted this would be easy.
Oh my goodness. There is not any wood. We're gonna knock on this branch and just hope that that's enough to counteract the words that this crazy man is saying. They have some DNA too. Maybe characteristics goes into sons and daughters as well. Maybe. Andang, be quiet. Stop knocking on the wood. You might jeopardize the mission. Yes, Ria. Clearly, I'm the one that's gonna jeopardize the mission. Not the guy saying that everything's fine and nothing could go wrong. Right on the hill outside of Barad-dûr. Yes, clearly it's me. All is quiet, but do not trust the stillness. There will be lookouts ahead, and we should dispatch them quickly before they can raise the alarm. Are you ready? Keep your eyes open, Onaher. Without fail, Veymasil. I almost forgot what class I'm playing for a second. Got way too close to these enemies. But there you go. Could be why they toss you as well. If Dad did wrong, they might be thinking, yeah, maybe. I know, I said it was quiet, but this is curiously so. Where are the gods? Where are the true warriors? I expected trolls. Clearly on the internet. Aye, brother. For these Reddit forums must be horrible. Wait, someone comes. Not within the camp, but without. It is that elf. Well, one thing that would be hilarious is if Standing Stone Games made it canon that Mordor was the LOTRO forums. And that all the orcs are just people that post on the LOTRO forums. Anyway. It would be pretty perfect. And you just fight all the trolls. And they... Oh, what would be really good is, let's say that you're like a super like aggressive like troll on the forums, alright? You get a troll in game name changed after you. So like, let's say you're permabanned from the game, but you get a troll named after you. Like, you know, the trade-off might be worth it for some players, and I think a lot of players wouldn't feel as bad about being permabanned from the forums. I'm just saying, it could be a good solution to not that big of a problem, but some people think it's bigger than it is. Anyway, let's keep going. I saw you from afar, my friend, and came to lend you any assistance you might require. And this too, a warning against this course. Was this excursion to Amonfuin your idea, or that of the sons of Isildur? It is true that there is less activity here than there was of late, but Amonfuin is still a place of evil, and will not be undefended. This seems to be an unwise course, and I beg you convince these two to turn back, for the Great Alliance will be the worse for it, should something befall them. Naguldir's warning is well-intentioned, but you must understand that we cannot allow good soldiers of the Alliance to remain in torment within Amonfuin. We have no choice. It is up to Isildur's sons to save them, and we will not shrink from that purpose. I fear no darkness, nor do I. That was unexpected. Naguldir hefts his sword. I suppose we need to follow them. Their father will not look kindly upon us were we to abandon them now, although it seems to this observer that they were the ones who abandoned us. Even so, this is our duty. Follow me, friend. Hold up! Hold the phone! Hold the phone. Spoiler alert. If Gandalf was indeed an elf, as LOTRO says, it's so much funnier that he couldn't solve the puzzle in Moria. Just saying, it's hilarious. Can't do side quests on this character. I have to say, these are probably some of my favorite outfits of enemies in the games. Like, It looks so good. Like, those cultists, like, you always go to the cultists for the best outfits. I'm just saying, the cultists know how to accessorize. I hear shouting to the west. Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely not a permadeath character, that's for sure. Yeah, cultists have the best outfits. Are you prepared to die, Moradrim? Be cautious, my friends. That is Eridani's Stone Maiden, and she is most deadly. The elf has heard of me! Ah, you would be wise to heed his warning. We are not afraid of you or your master. Where are the soldiers you abducted? What soldiers are those? The men who came to Sauron's service come willingly. As do we all. Kill them, my servants. Kill them for Sauron. Yes, Mistress Eridani. Well, that was easy. Your lackeys are no match for us, Eridani's Stone Maiden. These orcs will prove too much for you. Everyone knows orcs are the most powerful beings in Middle-earth. Bring me their heads. Slay them yourself. What? I'm not dying from some Gerzil witch. To me, boys. Well, Eridani, what have you to say now? That axe kinda looks like Ziegelberg. Just saying. Yeah. Hey, Neurotic Anarchy, welcome, welcome. A pox on them! I did not need these cowards before, and I do not need them now. I will slay you myself, and exult in your demise. Have a lightning NATO. Just for you. Maybe a ring of fire. Let's play musical chairs. Farewell, Eridani. Your life is at its end. Hold, my friend. She is defeated. But she lives and should not. I will remedy that now, Onaher. Fear not. Vaymasil, stay the killing blow. She poses no further threat. I seek no mercy. Maguldir, she is evil. Killing her now would make us no better than orcs. Fool! Wait, did she get taller? You will rue the day that you did not slay Eridani's Stone Maiden. That was poorly done, Maguldir. Mercy must never be a mistake, Vaymasil. Well, she's gone now, and our missing soldiers are beyond our help. Wait, you thought Gandalf was Sauron in disguise? Or are you talking about the character that is supposed to be Gandalf in this? Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing to me that they did a good job with this character. It's like... What's really interesting is a character that says very similar lines to how Gandalf says them, but that's an elf, is super untrustworthy, right? Like, it's really interesting when you look and see, like, how similar the line... Like, I'm pretty sure this elf says all the same lines that Gandalf says this whole time. With exceptions for, like, specific plot points. But in general, in that situation, like, that was very clearly... Wow, we didn't get to read that. Okay. But that was very clearly, like, all Gandalf lines, right? And... because it's an elf, though, you're like, ooh, elf, second age elf, that nobody knows who they are, like, suspicious. And so it's just really interesting how... It's kind of like when there was a video where they line swapped, or they, like, gender swapped Trump and Hillary. And they found that people thought the exact opposite of them because of the gender swap, which was really fascinating. It's kind of like that, but with like a racial swap, right? It's really weird. But like elves in the Second Age that are mysterious are very untrustworthy, right? Because all the elves should be accounted for. Like, it's a really weird thing. Exactly, and when an elf says it, it's suspicious. Yeah, exactly. Everything elves say should be suspicious. Alright, Neurotic Anarchy, alright.
Where have you been? I have been looking everywhere for you.
It's quite unlike my brothers to disappear without saying a word to me. I feared some evil had come for them. Tarandil shakes his head. I should choose my words more carefully. The evil comes not just for them, but for all of us. My eldest brother has ridden from the gates of Mordor with fell tidings. To protect his kinship with the kings during the war, he has taken the name Meldoran. But I fear the safety that has given him might be soon exhausted. Find him at Ramredas and learn what has happened. Did we hope the war would soon be ended? What fools we were. I think the end does come, but not in the form we wished. Alas, for the Great Alliance. And I'm gonna go get a drink real quick. I will be right back. Yeah, Ponton, I thought it made a lot of sense. You know what, we will listen to the lore pages just because that kind of goes with.
Through smoke and blood we pressed, but against Mordor's gates, even the Great Alliance broke like waves upon the strand.
Oh, it's a boring. Dwarves are annoying.
The battle plain of Dagolad, where for months we had spent our blood against the enemy, that at last I understood the Elven King's power.
Elves are secretive and men are disappointing. See, I feel like elves are disappointing. In the Third Age, anyway. Like, they just want to leave.
You are friend to my brothers? You are friend then to me.
Though we have no time to spend in greeting. I rode hard from the gate, but my errand is not yet finished. Need drives me and will not let me rest, for I must bring my report to my father, the king. Found any more cool cultists? No, not yet, Mistweaver. Not yet. This is my message. The Longbeards and the Theuda of the north that stood against the Rundhoth have suffered a crushing defeat. The Easterling horde was greater by far than we thought. Our allies have been utterly defeated. They were to be our shield against this second army. But now the shield has fallen, and we lie exposed to the storm of wrath. The Gazabolan is on its way.
I was at the Morannon when the wounded began to arrive.
Weary men and dwarves, bloody and battered, the tale of their defeat writ large upon mournful faces. I saw King Durin from afar, but even from such a distance, I could see his face was ashen, and the fire of battle had gone out of him. I spoke with Hunric Hundred Slayer, Lord of the Theuda, and my heart wept to hear his account of the battle on the field of Con Kaigu. We had so many victories, he said to me, but it was a deception. We were drawn forward by the promise of those successes, and only when we thought the end was near did Sauron's commanders reveal the true size of the Easterling horde. We fought valiantly, man and dwarf alike, but we could not fight for long against so many. Any who survived the massacre fled, and I fled with them. Those who could not were captured, cut to pieces, or burned on altars to Sauron. A few score can move faster than a horde, and we outpaced the Runroth. But still they come. They will be here before long. So said Hunric to me, and I must bring word to my father. Tell my brothers I will see them after I deliver my message. The approaching storm. Hey, Final Brownie, what's up? You start a Lore Master as well? Nice. You're wondering what build to run solo? I'd do either red line or blue line, depending on, like, if you love pets, do blue line. If you love lightning, do red line. Yellow line's the support healer class. We're working on slowly getting that wisdom up. Yeah. If you just want to command a pet, blue line's great. But if you yourself want to be powerful, go red line.
Sauron has bested us.
This endless waiting did not signify a beaten enemy at all. He waited for the Gazabolan to swell to such a size as it could not be opposed. And now we will be crushed between the Rune Hoth and the Dark Tower. We cannot despair. We must not. Already I see men casting down their weapons. We must stop them. Quickly! Tell the men it is not over. Tell them we must still fight. Word of the approaching horde began to spread throughout the camps of the Alliance. But men were now without hope. They cast aside their weapons and despaired. We're all gonna die! I mean, he's probably not wrong. You all are already dead by the time they're telling this story, just saying. How can we go on? You can't, you're all already dead. Hey, Fahrenheit, what's up? We are all going to die. Yes, you are. But thus is the plight of man. Dale! Hey, Dale. Spoilers? By the way, Dale, apparently that's the voice I have for you. I don't know why. Why? I don't know why I did that, but you're welcome.
I will see these weapons go to those who remain.
Happen to be a little bit behind you, okay. I mean, this has been probably the slowest I've gone on an epic story playthrough. I mean, it's been a long time we've been going through this Black Book of Mordor. I think on the next, like the new volume, I'm gonna wait till it's all done before I start it, because I don't like pausing and waiting for new stuff, because it's just really weird to replay the same content right after you already did it, right? So I'm definitely gonna wait on this next one. I didn't wait on the Black Book of Mordor, and I feel like that was a mistake. I will see these weapons go to those who remain. Those soldiers with the heart to fight may still use them. Hello, Grow. Welcome, welcome. But wait, friend. As I look upon these weapons, I'm filled with newfound courage. These swords have seen battle, even during the long, slow years of our siege. Their tale is one of standing strong. No, I needed smaller. Though today their owners do not. But there are weapons in our alliance, of whom the minstrels sing. Narsil, the blade of my grandfather Elendil, and Aeglos, the spear of Gil-galad. The tale of these weapons is long, and will be longer still. By the way, if you guys have not heard the Ballad of Aeglos, the song by the Lonely Mountain Band that tells the tale from the Blade's perspective, seriously take a listen. It is so good. There is a link on Twitch here, or on YouTube if you're watching later, in the description here. There's an image link on Twitch, and there's a actual URL link on YouTube. Anyway, the tale of these weapons is long, and will be longer still. They will not be cast aside, nay, they will be wielded to the last. And if the song is to end, in battle with the Gazaboron. Is that not a glorious end? Yeah, we're all gonna die, Mr. Weaver, but it's okay. Go now, Loremaster, and speak of Narsil and Aeglos to the frightened men and elves who have forgotten the vows they made when they joined the Great Alliance. Will they join their own tales? To those of proud Elendil and noble Gil-galad, will they wield their own weapons alongside Narsil, sharp and deadly, and alongside Aeglos, bright and cold? Tell them, my friend, this may be the end, but let it be an end that shall be worthy of a song. I really can't imagine that be a battle cry today, right? Like, I can't see a bunch of soldiers today being like, man, just imagine how good our stand will be that Drake will make a song about us, man. Like, I don't see that happening today, right? Yeah, don't get me wrong, there are people that do it, but I don't see a soldier being like, you know, I'm fighting for a song. Like, that mentality has definitely gone away. And it also just the need for an individual to be remembered. That's gone away too, it seems. Like, I don't think people are fighting for glory anymore. Silly elf needing a man to encourage you. Like, that's gotta be a slap in the face with a wet fish. Like, come on.
I have learned there is to be a council of the kings.
Well, that's true too. Yeah, war has definitely changed quite a bit since, you know, tanks and planes were introduced. It's no longer like a personal battle for glory kind of thing, right? It's now this like far off weird thing. Hey, you.
See, it was time to renew.
Thank you so much, Viper. Really appreciate the Twitch Prime sub. 7 months going through. Thank you so much, Viper. Thank you, thank you. Enjoy the ad-free viewing, the extra entries a month of giveaway, the badges, the emotes, and everything else comes with a sub here on Twitch. Well worth it. Thank you so much, Viper. One of our original supporters on the channel. Really appreciate it. Where was I? I have learned there is to be a council of the kings, at which they will discuss what can be done about the Gazaboran. My brothers will likely be permitted to attend, but I will not. You asked what I wanted for my birthday, and I told you I wanted nothing. But now I know what I want for my birthday present. I want this. I want to attend the council.
There are limits to Isildur's even-handedness.
Isildur generally treats me the same as he treats my foster brothers. But there are limits to even his handedness. I fear this will be one such case. But there are still many who consider me no true son to the king. I too. There are times I am reminded that he is not truly my own father. And I wish he would listen to my words, pay heed to the advice I give. But he does not. Do not misunderstand me. I consider Isildur my true father, for he raised me as his own, and I would have it no other way. There is a reason I count my years from the day I was fostered by the king, and not from the day of my birth. But there is a sadness about my early years, and you will understand if I do not wish to speak of it to you. Tarandil falls silent, pondering solutions. Yes, I think I have it. Perhaps we can prove we both deserve to attend the council, my friend. There are those in the Dark Lord's service hopeful of attaining glory, and they seek the honor of leading their own patrols. Mordrim hopefuls gather west of the entrance to Amonfun, and hopeful orcs can be found in and around Makar Draga. Look for the easterling hopefuls south of the road, halfway between Makar Darga and the Barthost. Let us each find some of these hopeful leaders and seize their badges of rank. If we present these trophies, we may prove ourselves deserving of attendance at the council. That seems like maybe not the smartest way to go about things, but you know, I'm sure it'll be fine. War is war indeed. War was seen as honorable, yeah, before new technology. Yep. Well, and I think a different mentality, right? Like, in the US, I'm pretty sure technology doesn't have much to do with it. I think it's a cultural shift. Because no longer are we fighting wars where we're trying to win and gain land and, you know, gold and things like that. Like, we no longer use war as a thing to steal from another country. In a broad sense. Now, we still do that, of course, but that's not why, like, the average soldier is going to war. Because, like, used to, you'd go with your king to go steal all the other people's stuff, and maybe you'd get some good stuff from it too, right? And yeah, oil is definitely still a factor, but what I'm trying to say is, here's what I'm trying to say, not that. What I'm trying to say is, the average soldier doesn't come home with a barrel of oil. Whereas used to, you'd come home with like a piece of armor that you stole off another guy, or, you know, some of the personal belongings of a house you raided, or X, Y, and Z, right? But the rules of war have changed in such a way that that's not even considered acceptable today, so. It's caused war to not be about glory anymore, I think. Because, like, during World War II, there were laws in place where if you looted something from a Nazi, you could take it home with you. So, like, whatever you raided from a German's house, you could totally take home with you. And you'd have to fill out, like, paperwork and stuff, but you could do it. And so I think it's changed quite a bit where now that's not a thing that you can do, right? And also war is less personal and all the other stuff we mentioned earlier. Alright, let's try to find all this nonsense. Let's go, troll. Oh, hairball got bunted. No. Okay, I tried to stun you, but you stunned me first. I see how it is. Oh, jeez, we need to heal. We need to heal. There we go. Come on, get rid of him, 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 get rid of him. Heal, 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 heal. That's not enough heals. That's not enough heals. Dang it. We couldn't do that because we were doing the other thing. Alright. So that's good to know. If you're using the crappy heal, you can't use the good heal. Good to know. We don't have any mithril. Where's the orc? Oh, that is the orc patrol leader. Oh, well, look at that. He's so dead. Well, it has been quite some time since I played this class. There we go. We got that badge. Now what I need to find is where's the removal, right? Like somewhere around here I should have a thing to remove like corruptions and stuff. There we go. Yeah, I should have done this, but oh well. Yeah, this is the same lore master from all those years ago. This is Andang with 1F. Because if I remember right, the game won't let me use 2Fs. It's like, you can't have staff as a name. Don't be silly. Well, clearly, like, I feel like that if we killed that, we'd complete this quest. If we kill an Nazgul, I think we'd win, but, anyway. I feel like killing a Nazgul should just like there should be a thing where it automatically completes whatever quest you're on. Unless it's like a quest to not be noticed or something, right? But like any kill quests, if you kill the Nazgul, you just complete all the quests that you have. Like, yep, you did it. Good job. Apparently there's a banana phone in chat. Apparently we haven't even been on this character since the anniversary, so that's good to know. Well, this is the NPC we're looking for. There we go. It's easy as long as we don't get stunned by a troll. That's what really did us in on that other fight. Because, like, once we get stunned, we just get hit and we're weak, and it's awful. I still like the Temple Raider title. As long as the giveaway's going, alright. I assumed you were talking about that, but I didn't know. That music. So many pop-up quests. Oh my gosh. I guess on this character I should probably just disable pop-up quests, because I'm pretty sure you can. So I probably should have done that several updates ago. Yeah, we're still leveling it up. Because we have new levels now, that's right. But yeah, I love this thing, Stormbringer! Considering how little we've done on this character, it's pretty good. It's called Mist Viking Staff, nice. Most boring name ever. I'm pretty sure on my champion ones I just left it as it was. Your staff is called the Pokey Stick.
Brighter days are upon us.
I am impressed.
You managed to acquire 3 badges. I only obtained 1. Of course you did, because you're a LOTRO NPC. Will you allow us to combine our trove? No. 4 is better than 3 or 1, friend. And it is my birthday, after all. Go back to Valinor. Let me know if you are ready, and we will see if we can attend the council. I died to get these badges, buddy. Not gonna share
I hope
'em.
this works. It must. I have shown our trophies to the guard, and he at least will allow us inside.
I'm just saying, it would be a lot more funny if we got to go to the meeting and he didn't. Let us enter the tent, but do not walk with fear or nervousness. Stride, rather, as if we were invited, and indeed the council cannot begin until we are in attendance. That is always the advice of Vaemasil, and I speak truth. I have yet to see it fail him. And to speak the truth, I have yet to see it fail him. Keep your head high, friend. They will have no choice but to keep us in attendance. Sup, my boy? We're here because we were expected to be here. So you all better kneel down. Okay, maybe I'm going a little bit overboard, but I'll just go over here. Cool, we didn't miss anything. They do not look happy. Oh, Kindor, thanks so much for that follow. Really appreciate it. That elf leads the bright company, I think. I do not know the other. Gilgalad, I know. Who are the other two again? Círdan and the other is Elrond. Leaders of the Great Alliance, hold, Elendil. I'm an elf. I must interrupt you. This pavilion seems more crowded already than it need be for such a council. It is not better to limit those in attendance. I mean no disrespect to the sons of Isildur or their sire, but what is to be gained by their presence here, or that of a lore master? Can they and you not be told the decisions of this council once they are made? I mean, of course, no disrespect, except I'm an elf, so I totally mean disrespect. My king, it is true that the tent is crowded, but we meet to discuss what might be done to change our futures in war. Any of us might provide the spark to inspire our future course. Glorfindel has always spoken highly of your wisdom, Lendelin. I relent in this. They will stay. We will continue the think tank. Leave or stay, it makes no difference to me. I have seen the size of that horde, and I cannot see how we might defeat it. Durin is right. The arrival of the storm of wrath will be the end of us all. There's plenty of room in that tent, right? If we are to win this war, we must defeat Sauron. And we must do it before the horde arrives. Our time grows short. We must break the Dark Tower. Send to Galadriel for the third ring. Perhaps with all three. No. Only barely did I survive the two. With three, even the mightiest of my people, long gone from this world, could only succumb. The fires of Sauron's thoughts burn hotter than dragon's flame, and he would overmaster me. I would become his servant and slaughter you all. Oh, snap! We cannot use the rings. That's thinking a little highly of yourself, thinking that you could kill everybody here. Just saying. Lure him out, then. Even the wariest hound will bite, if the meat smells fresh enough. I will go. I have weathered much because of Sauron's deeds. I will bring him challenge and see if he comes forth. Why would he? He is a coward. He will wait behind his walls until the horde soaks the dust with our blood. And then he will revel in our end. Durin is right. Sauron will hide in his tower until the Runehearth horde arrives and destroys us. Why would he dare come out when his victory is all but assured? He has only to wait for us. We have to think of something. If we cannot lure him out, perhaps we can do him harm from within. You will need to explain yourself, my friend. This horde that draws near, this storm of wrath, no Easterling lord has the strength or the will to hold such a throng together. Not even the greatest kings of old could do so. But Sauron can, because he holds an oath stone. My friend, stay thy rebuke. I've broken the hold of a Vandasar before. Trust me, I nod. Oh jeez, lagging out. It's those lips. Those lips made us lag out. I can do it again. This is folly. You must see it. He would keep the stone close by in the highest chambers of Barad-dûr. How would you reach it? How would you even enter the tower? There is a way. How long have you been listening to our counsel, Hobbit? This war of yours has gone on for too long. My people grow bored. Bored? In a time of war? I don't know why that's his voice. Perhaps it is different for your kind, but my kind takes to wandering. The irony. In my wanderings, I found a hollow place in the rocks. A tunnel was there, concealed. It bent southward to the tower. Walls once blocked the passage, but they have fallen into disrepair. I can show you the entrance. I will go no further, but I can take you there. If this tunnel leads to where you say, it may enable me to reach the Oath Stone. You cannot do it alone. Your blade might sing, but a throng of orcs would feed the crows with you. Even if somehow you survived, you could not reach the Vandasar without help. I know, old friend, but I cannot ask this of you. You need not ask. The orcs will need a reason to come out. A good reason. Dude, I'm kind of afraid that elf you took the screenshot of looks like you. Seriously? This is like spitting image of you, huh? Alrighty then. The elf beard is so weird. That needs to be a t-shirt. Elf beards are weird. This is our opportunity. Now's our chance for glory. Oh boy. No, my sons, this mission is not for you. Leave the High Elves to their work. The bright company will see it done. And yet I would ask for one other. The Lore Master there. I can't do anything without the Lore Master. This one, the guest of Isildur's foster son. Truly, if you wish it to be so, Lindolin. What? How can this be? Is this just because he got 3 badges and we only got 1? Is this plan to the satisfaction of men, Elendil? It is. And if my grandsons have any sense, they will still their tongues. He's the coolest though. Like, he's seen everything. You will fight alongside the Bright Company for this undertaking, Lore Master. If that is the wish of Glorfindel and his counselor, Lindolin. It will be dangerous, but what matters of war or not? If there are men, my grandsons will forgive you for being so selected, and resent it not. If the Bright Company fails in this, the storm of wrath will come for us all, and they will then have ample opportunity to die in glorious battle. If that is a comfort to them, let it comfort them. I will coddle them not. Hey Tommy, what's up? We are in red line with some blue as well. Yeah, I know, you can't believe it. It's horrible. How could you be appointed on the council and yet not be given the rank of master? I know, it's crazy. But that's just the world we live in. But yeah, this is what we're doing here. But he died in the fire, yeah.
I cannot believe this.
I cannot believe you get to go on the daring mission and I do not. You are just a lore master, and I am the son of a king. I'm sorry. I do not mean that. But you must see that it is unjust. My brothers and I are not afraid. All of us save Thranduil volunteered to accompany the Bright Company. And yet we must remain behind with him, as if his cowardice was our own. If we are to be going to die when the Gazaboran arrives, I would much rather die fighting on the offensive within the Dark Tower than back on my heels on this blasted plain. If it is a jest, it is a poor one. I cannot believe my father would treat us so. It is not your fault, friend. It is his. I apologize for my words, but my blood is hot. My grandfather wishes to speak with you. Perhaps when you go to him, you will ask him to reverse my father's decision and allow my brothers and I to join with the Bright Company on this mission. Jeez, now you're wanting, after the council firmly decided for us to go and try to talk. You know, I'm gonna be honest, dude. I really don't want to say this, but here we go.
I see the weariness in you, though you seek to hide it.
Now you're making us look weak. Let us speak about the task to come, and why you were selected to join the Bright Company on this mission, and my grandsons
Our
were not.
Our alliance is composed of the mightiest heroes of the age, and still we risk defeat.
And together we have achieved many victories. But here, after 7 years of siege, our triumphs are merely memory. Sauron has outmaneuvered us. If we cannot overcome his domination of the Gazaboron, it will not matter how many great heroes stand with us. Our defeat will be certain, and it will be forever. If Lindolin is trustworthy, as I'm told he is, there are few only who can break the spells enwreathing the Earthstone. They must reach the chamber in which it lies, though it be kept within Barad-dûr itself. Their purpose must be hidden from Sauron, for if he learns what they seek to do, he will turn his every thought upon preventing it. If he sees a Loremaster among the most powerful High Elves that walk in Middle-earth, he may hesitate. What purpose do you serve? He may wonder. Yeah, that line doesn't really work as well with the Loremaster class. And in that briefest of delays, the mission of the Bright Company may be accomplished. It is a hard thing to ask, Loremaster, but we must seek every advantage we can. It is likely you will not return. But there are some preparations that may be made before the Bright Company departs. You should find the Hobudan matriarch Tuka somewhere to the east of our encampments, for she intended to scout the entrance to the tunnel discovered by her people. A bad birthday. No. It actually is a really bad birthday, but we'll get to that in a moment. Like the worst of birthdays, like super bad birthday. But, well, that's yet to come. That's foreshadowing. And without ray tracing, that's a lot of shadow. Okay, let's see. How far are we going here? A long way, okay. I don't know why I keep yawning today. We're going way up here. That's okay, we have time. Oh geez, I forgot about these things. What? Oh, because we don't have power. Okay, That doesn't do it either. I don't know where my remove all this nonsense is, but I'm not gonna worry about it. Who needs to be good at a class when they're playing live on a stream? Oh, man. But yeah, this is what happens when you don't play a class for a long time. But man, I miss that lightning. So I just had to come back to it. So I'm hoping we can get to the super epic moment. One of my favorite cinematics of all time in LOTRO. But we'll see if that happens. About 30 minutes left on today's stream. So hopefully we'll be able to make that happen. Oh my gosh. Seriously, war steeds need to be more powerful in this game. They've gotten so weak. They haven't increased at all. Like, if they'd make the player characters less powerful, because I still feel like they're overpowered, and would make war steeds more powerful, I think it would go a long way. Like, the fact that the bleeds one-shot our war steed is really sad. Even if I have a medium steed, that doesn't mean it's gonna be okay. Like, I shouldn't have to change the steed I've had the whole game just to outlast one bleed. Like, you're telling me that my steed of the Mayras, which is what we have, is so weak that it can't take one bleed from an orc in Mordor. Yobadan could move about unseen, and Tuka was the most skilled of them all.
Over here, as quiet as you can.
Yeah, and I do know that the other steeds are more powerful. And I could move to those. But it's the principle. And I did change my steed on my main character.
This is the tunnel about which I spoke at the council. Some of my people followed it a goodly way, and it seemed to them that it did curve in the direction of the Dark Tower. We all agree that it must empty into the dungeons, and if the elves are as powerful as they say, they will be able to make it at least as far as the tower. Beyond that, well,
Tuka shudders. There are a lot of eyes out here. We should thin out some of the foes near to the... okay, let's go thin them out. Defeat just the right number of enemies. I remember this annoying quest. Alright, here we go.
Terror and awe filled my heart as the storm fell upon the haunted pass, hurling our foes like children's toys, and at last smoke the black gates themselves.
Dang. I still think it's funny that in Mordor we're just stopping for pages on the ground. Like, oh look, let's go read that page that might be cursed and have horrible things on it. Definitely not propaganda from the enemy. Not too many, nor too few. Hey, Saren, welcome, welcome. Nice to have you here. On the phone, dealing with government stupidity? Hey, no worries, man. No, we're in red line. Now you're heading to the council, nice. I love that our staff can do lightning, it's so cool. Still haven't gotten just the right number. Wonder what happens if you defeat one more enemy than you're supposed to. Will it fail the quest? That'd be kind of funny. There we go. You mean in real life real? Hey John, welcome, welcome. Nice to have you here. Dang, so they can straight up just control lightning rods as weapons? That's amazing. I'm sure there's plenty of stuff that can do that type of thing, right? Like, I bet there's crazy weapon ideas that we just have no idea it even exist.
Well done. Not too many, nor too few.
You defeated just the right number. I would say not too many nor too few. The passage of the bright company should be unremarked upon, which is better than we might have hoped. There is nothing else you need help me with at Halroth. You may return to Adambel. Awesome. And then we get to go all the way back once again. Here we go, guys. The never-ending travel of LOTRO. With all the mentions of staffs, that made me remember yesterday while I was at work. I work in retail. I was working over in like the sporting goods area. And there were these two kids that were really young. Like, at most 7, probably. Brother and sister. And they were being kind of annoying to their parents. But then, this the sister saw this staff that we sold that was like a staff that you could carry with you while fishing or whatever. I don't know. That's a really cool looking staff, right? And she's like, oh man, that's the Moses staff. And apparently she had been in some play or something. And with like perfect diction, she takes the staff and like slams it on the ground. And her brother at the same time say, Ramesses, let my people go, at like full volume. It was hilarious. Really, really cool to see them do this like live performance there in the local store. Hey, Templar, welcome, welcome. Box Trent, nice to have you here as well. Okay, we are on our way. What type of headset am I using? These are just like the basic Samsung Galaxy earbuds that come with a phone. The mic I'm using is a Rode NT USB. You don't have to buy a phone, they sell them separately. As well. But just basic earbuds. I don't like having like a headset on. I used to have, if you go back and watch like some of my early videos with a webcam, you'll see that I used to have a Turtle Beach headset. And I didn't like how it like left an indentation on my the top of my head. And also if you got to do like long streams, it would get like super hot and it'd make my ears sore after a while. Like it was not, I did not like a full headset. Yeah, I really like my Rode mic. Like right now I have it fairly far from my face, but like if you get real in close, like it's a really nice mic. Like, I should probably have it a lot closer to my face, but just the way my desk is set up, that's not really possible right now. I never remember where we're supposed to go in this camp.
I'm glad you have returned, for I wish to apologize.
To you for my words earlier. I repented of them not long after you left, and would have them unsaid. Alas, this is beyond my power. Still, I beg you will forgive me. The war must soon end, one way or another, and I would not have us part with such a cloud of ill feeling between us. My brothers and I plan a last meal together at Dingarth, for it seems clear the mission of the Bright Company is the final hope of the Great Alliance, and we may not have another opportunity. I hope that you will join us, my friend. Let me know if you will.
Thank you, my friend. Let us
don't-
go together to Dingarth.
You know what, we're gonna go ahead and do it.
Thank you, my friend. Let us go together to Dingarth.
Well, we have just enough time. It is Terrasandil's birthday today, and we are celebrating as best we can. Whoa!
This may be
Flying
the last
horse
meal
there.
we take all together, before the end of the war, or our lives.
It is strange to me that after so many years spent in siege, tomorrow the sun may dawn upon the Great Alliance for the last time. The council was most clear. If the Bright Company fails to break Sauron's control over the Oath Stone, all hope of our victory is fled. No. Banish the thought. Banish it. We will think of something. Could you imagine sieging a place for 7 years and then losing? Be the worst. Hey Henry, thank you so much for that follow. Really appreciate it. must think of something. Captain, welcome, welcome. All is well, my brothers. Apologies were made and accepted. Seems to me only one apology was needed, my brother, and not two. At any rate, all is well now. I will not lie to you, friend. Your mission tomorrow will not be easy. For you go to the most dangerous of all places into the Black Land. I envy you not the chance. I am no fool. But in this one thing I am envious. Tomorrow you will be given the chance to do something stand or fail. Stand or fall. And you need not wait for fate to arrive. You will go to meet it. Not every man gets the opportunity for that. The elves of the Bright Company are renowned for their courage. If I had any advice to give you, it would be this. Stay near to Glorfindel. Some measure of inspiration will serve you in good stead, and I warrant he will provide any you might require. Who can tell what might say on the morrow? The glory of the Bright Company may be joined with yours, and men may speak in reverent tones of your own contribution. Victory might not be yours, but at the least, none will speak of cowardice. We cannot go with you, but none here are cowards. Had we the opportunity, we too would fight alongside the Bright Company as you will. Cowards! Cowards! Does something trouble you, Tarondil? There's cowardice enough on these shores to fill up a mountain. Ah. Again. Put them from your mind, my brother. Do not dwell on them, Tarondil. I cannot help it, no matter how much I try. Tarondil was at the victory feast held by Ornhoth, the men of the mountain. He thinks he should have known them for oathbreakers. It has come up once or twice. They swore an oath of friendship and alliance with our father. But when the war began, he called for their aid. They refused. He levied a curse upon them for their cowardice and their oath-breaking. And all others came when he called, and dared not refuse. I think even the men of the mountain served a purpose. Hey, take care, Mr. Weaver. Did they not serve as a useful example of our wrath? Vaemasil, you speak the fool, and shame yourself. Of course, we would rather have had the spears. Who brought cake? I don't think anybody did. It is my birthday today. The 7th since we came to Mordor. I know what I want for my birthday. If we do survive, if the Bright Company does not complete its mission, and Sauron's hold over the Gazad Boron is broken, I wish to ask my foster brother, my foster father, for a boon. I do not seek treasure or reward or glory. I want only one thing. Tarandil clenches his hand into a fist. I want Isildur to send me to Morthond. I want to find Ryok the Mountain, in whatever hole he hides, and make him pay for his oath-breaking. I want to slay him myself. If we survive the days to come, I will take no rest until I have paid Ryok for his treachery. I am sure our father will grant you this boon. You've seen the anger that stirs at him when talk turns to the men of the mountain. I have. His ire is unrelenting. It will not abate. It will not set aside his curse, not for any reason. Broken oaths and curses make for grim talk on a birthday, Tarandil. I have seen brighter birthdays, but if we do survive, let us look back upon this one more fondly, Tarandil. I am certain Father will grant you the boon you seek. Did he not rage for a week and a day at the betrayal of the men of the mountain? If you desire for the death of Ryok, Father is certain to grant it. But let us speak of lighter matters. Among the Theoda, recently come through the Ramredas, I saw a woman of such loveliness. She could melt even your own sturdy armor, Tarandil. The blade she carried was sharp, even deadlier than your own. And with words of love you might win her heart. Why, she might join her weapon to yours, and let Ryok pay double for his treachery. Let us sit and speak of happier things. Sit, hairball. Sit, hairball. How beautiful was this Theoda woman, Vamasil. It was a goodly distance away, if I tell you true. Hey, Don, welcome, welcome. I cannot describe her as would the poets, but I am fairly certain she was fair. Is this wine already gone? Pass me some of the bread and cheese. My appetite is sharpened. That is nothing new. You wound me on a hair. And to think you were once my favorite brother. Your private encounter will shut down in 0 minutes. Alright, we're here now.
The Bright Company prepared to depart for the secret way of Halroth.
The sun dawned sickly on the day the mission of the Bright Company was to take place. They gathered at Eckard in Edhill and prepared to depart for the secret way of Halroth. Glorfindel catches your attention and a sorrowful look on his face. Mac Apple, welcome, welcome.
I hoped it would not be necessary to recall that dark day.
Was any private encounter longer than 0 minutes after being done? I don't know. It is my turn to take up the tale, Staff Dang. Well do I remember the glory of the Bright Company. But if there was valor, so too was there tragedy. I hoped it would not be necessary to recall that dark day, but I see now it cannot be avoided. Glorfindel turns to address Gandalf, sorrow etched on his face, and regret in his voice. I beg your forgiveness, Olorin, Mithrandir, Gandalf. I wished it was not necessary to speak of it, but speak of it I will, if there is no other way. What?
I do not understand this reluctance.
I have studied the records of the Siege of Barad-dûr, and understand well the price of victory over Sauron. I know too that the victory did not last, and it would be many thousands of years before Sauron's ultimate defeat. There is nothing Glorfindel need keep from me, and his belief that I will be disturbed by the tale of the Bright Company is most puzzling to me. I say he should speak on, and delay no further. Glorfindel closes his eyes and nods with a reluctant agreement.
Very well. I will conclude the tale, despite my misgivings. Will you hear me then?
We got gloves. And yeah, they're better. They are very good. Okay. Sure, buddy.
Listen now to the last glory of the Bright Company.
And may it prove worth the sorrow I foresee in its telling.
We came without incident to the tunnel of Halroth, and ventured within. Our greatest danger lay ahead.
It is time. Lindolin and the other elves of the Bright Company have gone ahead to secure the tunnel. But we must still remain alert for any threats that might have arisen behind them. Stay near to me. Okendor, thanks so much for that gift sub coming into the Great Storm. Great Storm, enjoy the ad-free viewing, the extra instant monthly giveaway, the badges, the emotes, and everything else that comes with a sub here on Twitch. Thank you, really appreciate it. Done. These risen servants are no match for the Glannon English. Except it wasn't English, it was Elvish. I don't know. Let's continue on. The passage climbs, yes. Thank you, obvious. Let's go. The greatest Gorm? What? Bright Company warrior. She does not look amused. Like, this mission is like an obligation for sure. Look at the elbow pieces. Like, that's ridiculous. They're like fish armor. Like, what is this nonsense? Yeah, AJ, we're still in Old Mordor, and I'm pretty sure this story pretty much takes place entirely in Old Mordor, right? That's when the Black Book of Mordor ends. So, yeah. Lindolin has never been one to exercise caution, not when he knows his fellows could be endangered by some approaching threat. On any other day I would appreciate that trait, but on this day Lindolin is the only elf among us with the ability to break Sauron's hold upon the Vandasar. His role is crucial and must be protected. Let us reach Lindolin before he does something rash. That's right, it does end in Minas Morgul. It's been a hot minute since I've done it. Poor guys. It appears that Lindolin found his trolls. Again, they should have names of people on the forums. We saw your handiwork, Lindolin, but you should have waited for us. I accept the rebuke, my friend, but now there are enough trolls for us all. Oh, man. Hello, trolls. I think that is the last of them. This passage begins to rise. We must be nearing the mountainside, well nigh to the side of the tower. Hold a moment, Glorfindel. There is a crack in the wall of the tower. The tunnel runs right to it. But it is not undefended. Speak on, my old friend. What defends this entrance? More trolls? Nothing so corporeal. It is a shade, a spirit of no little power. Sauron charged it with the defense of the wall until the masonry could be repaired. It is called Zagharog. We cannot turn back now. We must defeat this shade. That's right, AJ. Yeah, I think I decided to give it to Karsgar just out of curiosity, so I'll have to look back and see what I did so that I can have this character do the opposite. Sauron must not think we would dare this passage. I find it interesting that we seem to always be going deep underground, a secret passage into Sauron's fortress. Gauntmen are a poor defense against the bright company. We draw near the wall of the tower. Oh, come on. You got lucky with that stun. The way of escape. Yeah. But also the way of entry, it seems. I did not believe it. But the rumors are true. Invaders in the tunnel. At last. I will prove myself to the master. I remember going through this on the champion, and I think I one-shotted this guy. Seems it's a little harder this time. Farewell, Zagharog. Which, by the way, if you guys don't remember, that is an NPC that we met in the Mordor expansion as one of the Guardian Tower shrine things. We are within the walls of Barad-dûr. I just noticed this, but he basically just has like a miner cap on right now. Like he's got the little like, you know, headband thing. That's all this is. It's just a miner helmet. You think he's really lore breaking? See, I don't think he's very lore breaking personally. I think it makes sense that that character would be doing something around this time. Listen to me very carefully, friend Loremaster. Ahead a stair spirals to the upper chambers of the tower, where the Vandasar awaits me. That is our destination. But we will be exposed on the stairs, and I fear the hateful eyes that may watch our ascent. This I suggest that you go first. Yeah, really, AJ? Nay, do not protest. I do not jest. I wish for you to climb first, so I may cover your ascent with my bow. I will stay any foes that think to threaten you from afar, and then the rest of us will follow. We will meet you atop the stair. We're on the same instance now? Nice. Fear nothing, friend. I will protect you. Here we go. Perfectly timed with the music. Just saying. Over here. I will think no worse of you if you choose to turn back. No? You wish to stay? Then you are truly one of us, friend. This way, my lords. Oh, it's getting real now. We're going to turn walk mode on now. You are foolish indeed to challenge the Wheel of Sauron. What gives strength to this foolish courage? Well, that's a start. The Glanathrim will defy you. Don't run in the halls. Yeah, apparently. I guess there was a sign somewhere I missed. For a time, perhaps. We cannot stay here, though it grieves me deeply to leave my friends to the doom. Our goal lies above. Lendilin must reach the Vandasar. Lendilin, it is time. Do our jump attack. You know how we climb stairs together. Let's synchronize, synchronize. Oh my gosh. Few come uninvited to the Tower of Sauron. How did you gain entrance to my sanctum? Sauron speaking in the third person. Zaghorog! He will be punished. But first let me see who possesses such boldness. face. Yeah, you have seen better days. You are not Gil-galad, but I know you, Elf Lord. I know you, Elf Lord. Your king sent you here to die. If that is to be my doom, I will accept it. But who are these others? Do they too choose death? I can grant it. Your people believe they are strong, gathered beneath their banners and behind their kings. For how long has this great alliance lasted? No more than a handful of years. It needs but one hammer stroke, well aimed, and it will crumble to dust. So it always is with men. I have called into being a storm, and it is on its way. Your alliance will be swept away by the wrath of it. The whole old Angmar thing confuses you. There's no time travel lore in LOTRO. So yeah, they did change the lore with Angmar. Basically, they wanted an enemy in Eriador, and so they decided it'd be a good idea to change the lore and have like a fake Angmar rising. Which I don't think is totally lore breaking, because it's not like it was the Witch King doing it, it was some third party, spoiler alert. As for the third member of this foolish band, what? What is the meaning of this guise you wear? You are no elf. Sauron! Did you think you could work your evil unopposed? What that means. Sauron, face me. Now, Lindolin. I must do my Dragon Ball Z moment. It is done. The power of the Vandasar is broken. We cannot stay here. Follow me. Look at that cloak. It's like emanating shadow. That's so cool. Alright, let's go. We got 41 seconds to go. Where do we go? Take the exit stairs. Here we go. 32 seconds. And counting. Dang, they all got destroyed. Bye, guys. Thanks for not doing anything. I don't remember the way out. This is embarrassing. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Ah! That was so close. Oh, that was so close to failure. Literally within a second. Oh my gosh. I was about to ask the Nazgul for directions. Alright. I thought he was right behind us, but it is not so. Wait, can we go back now? Nope. Invisible wall. Now, cake. Lindolin, forgive me, my friend. Alas, we must bring word of both your triumph and your loss to the Great Alliance. By your hand, the Vandasar is broken, and Sauron's control over the Gazad Boron must begin to wane. And you should celebrate with us, but it is not to be. Quickly, friend. There is no time to spare. Yeah, I was gonna ask him like, hey Nazgul, I know we came here unannounced. Could you guys just show me where the exit is? Like, that's all I need, okay? Just point me in that direction, and I'll be on my way. And then they're like, oh yeah, you're right. We don't want to get fined by OSHA. We should have put up the exit signs. It's our bad. Here, let's show you the way out. It'd be very much so a very friendly and cordial conversation, I'm sure. I remember little of our last desperate flight down the stairs and through the tunnel of Halroth. When we returned to the safety of Adambel, we were greeted with more sorrow than we brought with us. Men spoke in hushed tones of the last ride of noble Anarion, son of the High King, slain on the field before the Dark Tower. It was a great stone, cast from the heights, that laid him low and ended his life. But I will never forget that it was his riding that granted us access to Halroth and enabled Landolin to break Sauron's hold upon the Vandasar. For so it was. Without the power of the Oath Stone, the Gazad Boron splintered, no longer unified. The storm of wrath dissipated, falling apart into its own component tribes. The Easterlings fled, no longer dominated by the Sauron's will, and they turned instead for their own lands. Their appetite for conquering was sated, and it would be many years before their return. Even so, Middle-earth has never seen so great a horde as the Gazaborum in all the time since. And we have Lindolin to thank for that. Hey, Judel, welcome, welcome. Nice to have you here. You've become very quiet, Gandalf. Is everything alright? I do not know, Lord Elrond. Is everything alright? Something speaks to me from the distant past. Your story is not ended, Glorfindel. I would hear the end of it. Are you certain, my friend? I am. Lindolin was not slain, though he remained behind. Sauron brought him to the dungeons of Barad-dûr. There he was tortured, tormented by the Dark Lord. The experience was cruel. Finally, he succumbed to his death. Death? Sauron said Lindolin was not of your people. Sauron spoke true. Lindolin was no elf, and that was not his true name. He had been sent to Middle-earth by the Valar in the guise of my people. He was to combat the evils of Sauron, and this he did. Many years later, in this third age of Middle-earth, they sent him back. They gave him a new name and a new form. They also gave him this kindness. They removed all memory of his life as Lindolin. Can it be so? Yes. I remember. The Veil of the Valar abates. So the reason I don't think this is lore breaking is, do you really think Gandalf would just be sitting by, not doing anything, to Middle-earth with what we know about Gandalf and how Gandalf is. And so I think it's more lore-breaking that Gandalf is just sitting up there with the Valar than it is for them to do this. I have walked this Middle-earth for the long years of this Third Age, sent by the powers to oppose Sauron. But this was not the first time the Valar sent me hither, though they hid the truth of it from my memory's sight. For what purpose? It is true I remember the bright company, not only from the tales of Glorfindel, but as if I were there. For so I was, in a different form. I know the torments of Lindolin suffered within the dungeons of Barad-dûr, for it was I who suffered them. Though Sauron be gone, the memory of those days fills me with the terror I thought never to know. But this cut is the worst. I have known these elf lords for so long, and the secret they kept from me. Why? Why did you keep the truth from me, Glorfindel? Have I not been a friend to you, no matter the name I wore? You knew me first as Olorin, and now you know me as Gandalf, or Mithrandir. Why would you keep this knowledge of Lindolin from me? No, I am not angry. Perhaps it was a kindness to keep this from me. What say you to this? So Gandalf was a sheep the whole time. Not exactly, Naroctic Anarchy. Oh my gosh. Don't think you'll be able to come to Moria and help since a ruin. Building a live prologue, okay.
And so it is done.
Alright, well I do have a hard cutoff. When we return, we'll continue through the Black Book of Mordor and this awesome story that we've been going through. And soon get a really cool cinematic. But that's not till next time. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And let's find somebody to raid here. Yeah, I don't know who this is, but we're gonna raid him. It also makes sense lore-wise because Gandalf was originally nervous to be sent to Middle-earth to confront Sauron. He said he was too weak and too afraid. He could have been afraid due to his spirit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. Again, I don't think the LOTRO developers will ever do something that's 100% lore-breaking. They're happy to twist the lore, but they're not going to break the lore, in my opinion. That's kind of how I see it. Anyway, we're going to raid Griddark here. Let's queue up for that raid. Get those emotes ready. Get that hype going. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow for another stream. Probably an afternoon stream. But till then, thank you everyone so much for watching. And I'll see you again real soon. Let's have fun with this raid!